Yes, my beautiful people, what is going on? It's creamslice. Welcome back to the channel. So I was playing around with a few builds in a few lost sectors today. Titans, behemoth springs to mind. So this is going to be a stasis titan build, and we are going to be utilizing the ever faithful icefall mantles. Now I bet you've not heard of this exotic for a while. This season Bungie has decided to rework it. You still get the 100 HP overshield and the 62% damage reduction when you activate your class ability, but not only that, Bungie has introduced the ×4 weapon surge with a stasis weapon. So ×4 weapon surge is a flat out 25% damage increase to your stasis weapons. So we thought, hell, let's throw on the Ager scepter and see what could happen. And I was actually blown away just by having permanent damage buffs with the Ager scepter. Obviously we know the fragments and the aspects we can lean into, going infinity diamond lances everywhere, freezing everything. We're going to be using dust field grenades so we can stun every single champion. So this build is quite good for endgame because you have the ability to throw that overshield in tight situations and you can tank loads of damage. As you can see from the opening clip of this lost sector, we are tanking absolutely everything. Then we've built our super up. We've got the Ager scepter Will's given form, which stun locks everything, it melts everything. Plus when you activate your class ability, the 25% damage buff will stack with the super part of Ager scepter, turning it into an endgame monster, as you can see. So we'll break down everything. So we all know with the Behemoth Titan, the Glacial Quake is probably one of the best supers in the game right now. It dishes out some heavy damage against bosses and champions. We're going to be using the Dust Field Grenade just so we can slow and freeze all three champions. Diamond Lance, we can create lances with every frozen kill that we get. So this is good for Adclay, it's good for stunning unstoppable champions as well, overload champions and barrier champions. So the fragments here are the 5 fragments that make this build absolutely amazing. So the first fragment is going to be Whisper of Refraction. Defeating slowed or frozen targets grants you class ability energy. So with the icefall mantles, the only downside is when you activate your overshield, your class ability will not regen. You have to wait until you come out of it, unfortunately. But the way we set up the fragments, we can pretty much have it up all the time. With the Ager scepter, we're going to be freezing everything with the diamond lances. Whisper of Torment, you gain grenade energy each time you take damage from enemies. Whisper of Chains, when we're near frozen targets or stasis crystal, we're going to get a 40% damage reduction. Pairing that with enemies frozen and the icefall mantles takes you up to about 100% damage reduction. Whisper of Fissures increases the damage and size of the burst when you destroy stasis crystals or frozen targets. Whisper of Durance, any slow that we apply lasts longer, making it easier for us to take out champions. So if you are new to the channel or you don't really understand how the icefall mantles work, Glacial Guard is a perk. Stasis final blows have a chance to grant an escalating bonus to stasis weapon damage. So essentially you will get multi-kills with a stasis weapon. This will start stacking your weapon surges up. Replaces your barricade with ability with a personal overshield. So you negate the barricade for an overshield instead. But when you activate your overshield, it gives you the highest tier stasis weapon damage, taking you to ×4 weapon surge, which is a flat out 25% damage increase. And not only that, when you pop your overshield, it's going to create a massive burst around us that slows and freezes enemies as well. Okay, so the Ager scepter, this is an amazing trace rifle. If you remember, last season trace rifles did get a buff so now making it great for endgame, especially against red bars and yellow bars. This is where this trace rifle shines with ager, because when you get a kill, it's going to freeze everything around you and shatter everything, even in copious amounts as well with the fragment that we've got. But where this build really shines is the catalyst. So this, when you have your full super and you hold reload, you will get will given form. This overflows your magazine and it gives your damage output a massive 80% damage increase. It will drain your super, but in return give you some hefty damage, allowing you to stun lock every single champion in the game, and it has some of the highest DPS in the game as well. Not only that, if you pop your overshield and get that weapon surge ×4, this will stack with the 80% with ager scepter, turning it into an absolute stasis beast. So where this stasis build shines is as soon as you pop your overshield, you get the damage reduction and the ×4 weapon surge, but the timer will not run out as long as you are getting kills. So you pretty much have an infinity buff until your ammo runs out. The mods that we were using with this build is special ammo finder for more ager scepter ammo, harmonic siphon so we can create orbs of power with ager scepter, then dynamo reduces super cooldown when we pop our overshield near enemies, bolstering detonation grants class ability when we cause damage with a grenade, charged up increases the maximum number of stacks of armor charge we can carry. Then we threw on a stasis reserve to hold more ammo for agers. Then we've got 2 stasis weapon surges on there as well. So this will give us a 17% damage increase when we pick up an orb of power when we don't have our overshield active. So you pretty much have damage buffs with or without your overshield. I found this was really effective, especially in this lost sector as well. It's quite a tough one. Better already, so when we pick up that orb of power, we're getting health. On the class item, we've got Reaper, so when we pop our overshield and get a kill, we can get an orb of power that way. Get another kill, we can spawn 2 orbs of power straight off the bat, feeding into our abilities and armor charges. Then we've got utility kickstart. When we've got our armor charges and we pop our overshield, it's going to give us class ability energy. Then powerful attraction absolutely works fantastic with this build because you're not throwing up your barricade, you're just casting your overshield, but it will still hold them orbs of power to you. And then from the artifact, we're just using some scavenger perks. That's about it. So nothing too crazy with this build. Try and get your resilience and discipline as high as possible, but it's nothing major. It was just a fun combo we put together and it worked absolutely amazing. We can still get plenty of special ammo, so do not worry about the ammo economy. Go try it out. I'm telling you, will absolutely love it. I'm Creamslice. See you in the next one.